Hey you beautiful people, how are you doing? I'm back again with this look. Since it's summer, all my creativity is inspired with this season. So let's begin and let's have fun. The first palette I have used for this look is Morphe 25A and the second palette is Nude Bomb Volume 2. The first shade from 25A Morphe is this mustardy kind of a shade. It's a beautiful mustard shade that goes on the crease line and using a blending brush in circular motion over the crease line. Just like this. As you can see, I have used a little bit of loose powder right under my eyes. This is to prevent any fallouts that I'm going to have while doing my eyes. So this is a tip for today. So yep, in circular motion just like this. The second shade I'm using from the same palette, it's a bit of a rusty kind of a pinkish reddish shade. As you all know that Morphe doesn't have any names to their shades, so it's a bit difficult for me to describe all of them, but I will try my best again to describe these shades. But it's a beautiful shade and it's a beautiful palette. So the next shade goes right over the crease line too, using a little more dense blending brush, I can say, right over the crease line in circular motion, just like this. Keep blending until you get the desired color on the crease line. I love all of the shades that Morphe comes up with, and it's pretty nice on the eyes whenever I've used it. So yeah, as you can see, this is a pretty dark shade. The loose powder is not going to disturb the foundation on my skin, as you can see. Then I'm using this YSL concealer of mine. It's basically like a pen, and you know it goes just like this. If you can see, I'm going to show you. You see, you just have to dip it and then you have the foundation right on the tip. So since this is a bit of a cut crease kind of a look, so I'm going to use this today. And this goes right over the lid up to the crease line. Please make sure do not cross the crease line. Just cover the lid with a small brush, a small flat brush, just like this. It's pretty easy once you know how the technique of cut crease. It's not difficult. I would say it's one of the most easiest looks I have come across. So the ones who say cut crease is a bit tough and difficult to do, yeah, this is for you. Keep adding the concealer slowly so that it looks more neat on the eyelid. Make sure you do not use too much of concealer on the brush, as this is just going to make it very cakey. So be careful with that. Step by step, slowly makes things possible. I am only covering the entire eyelid of mine. As you can see, I'm showing it pretty clear. The next shade that I'm using is from the same palette, and it's a very copperish gold shade. And to intensify the shade, I have used my finishing spray on the brush, and then I have dipped the brush into the shade and then on the lid, just like this. So you can see how this has intensified the the shade, and at the same time this looks really gorgeous for summer, and I love anything in gold, copper. It looks fabulous for any summer look. So this goes right over the concealer, as you can see. I'm going to intensify this more by having another 2 or 3 layers of the shade, and it's a beautiful, beautiful shade. I'm so much in love with this shade. Next I'm using is the shade Fabulous from the palette Nude Volume 2 by Balm, and this goes right over the tear duct area and the brow bone. This gives you that kind of goddess summer look, and trust me, this is amazing when you have it on the eyes. It's too good. It's one of the best shades that I have. Basically I'm just attaching it to the copper shade, as you can see, and then on the brow bone I'm just highlighting it, because I prefer the shade that I use on the tear duct, I prefer using it on the brow bone too, just to give that kind of a match. Just like this. I am going pretty slow with this tutorial as it's a very detailed look, so for the eyes I'm going pretty slow. So I'm using a flat brush here actually, as you can see. The next I'm using is the same rusty kind of a reddish look, and it goes right over the lower lash line, just like this, as you can see. I'm using the same blending brush actually. So I'm basically just joining it to the top. And then if you have any kind of a kohl pencil, like I have used NARS today, and this I'm just darkening the lashes a bit so that it looks a bit more dramatic. And for the waterline I have used the Sephora pencil, and it's a very creamish kind of a pencil, and it has a little bit of shimmer to it. Next I'm using is this reddish brown, I could say, and this goes right on the lower lash line too, using a small brush, actually a small smudging brush. Actually this is actually on the brush it's written smudging brush. This brush is just used for smudging, so this is the ultimate brush, I could say, that could go well for this step. So I'm just smudging it and joining it to the top, as you can see. Next I'm using is this black, and since this black is not really very dark, so I had to spray the setting spray actually over the brush and then dip my brush again to intensify this black. I'm not a really big fan of this black from the palette, but then there are some shades that are not that up to mark, I could say, as you compared to other shades. As compared other shades from the same palette, this is very normal, but I really don't like the black from this palette. Next I'm using to line my eyes Morphe Slate, and I'm just going to have a normal wing, as you can see. You could skip this step and then you could just wear your false eyelashes too, but I like having my eyeliners that wing on my eyes, so this completes the look actually. And you could skip if you actually don't like, or if you don't have the time to create the wing. So yep, creating this wing with a small angled brush. And as you can see, I'm not starting from the tear duct area, I'm just starting right from where my lashes begin, as I don't want to disturb that kind of a golden thing that I have. It's very light over there. The liner is very light over there, as you can see. And then I thought that this look is pretty plain, so I thought of smoking it up a little bit with the same black from the palette. So I've used a flat brush, and I am just going to dab it over the gel liner, over the wing that I have created, as you can see, and I'm just going to smudge it up a little bit. I've used a flat smudging brush too, as you can see. It's the same, it's not the same brush that I have used for the lower lash line. This is a little more thinner than that, and I'm just going to smudge a little bit like this, and basically I'm not happy with this black shade from this palette, but I think I can work things out by just smudging it and spraying my setting spray on the brush to intensify the color. And then I've used a smaller brush to intensify this, to smoke it up, basically closer to the lash line. I needed a smaller brush, so I've used a smaller brush to smoke up a little bit. As you can see, the number of dips I have, the number of times I've dipped my brush in the shade to get that black kind of a feel, but I am not satisfied at all with this shade. It's my mistake. I should have used another shade out here actually, instead of using it from the palette, but it's okay. It happens. Falsie time, so you could use any of your favorite falsies out here. I have used mine, and do not ask me the name because I do not know the name of these false eyelashes. It was just there and I had to use it, so I had just used it for this look. You could use any of your favorite false eyelashes, and no look is completed without false eyelashes, I think, unless you go for a very clear nude look or a fresh morning look. But if you want to go for some kind of a dramatic look, I think false eyelashes should be there. The mascara, you could use any of your favorite mascaras. I have used Revlon today, and again, I'm not a very big fan of this. It says a mega multiplier. Next, I'm just going to clear the loose powder that I've had under the eyes. Just like this. And my face looks pretty pale today because I'm a bit sick and I'm not up to mark. Actually, I was not about to shoot this video, but then I thought, like, since I have this look in my mind, I should go for it before I forget this look. So there you go. You have me with this sick look on your screen. As you can see, I have lightly bronzed my face with NARS Casino. I'm using, for the blush, I'm using this Real Cheeky Party, this palette by Benefit, and I'm mixing Coralista, and I am mixing, the next shade is, I think it's Rocketeer. Yeah, it is, for the blush, as you can see. And then with a clean brush, I'm just blending all together. Next, I'm using this highlighter by Too Faced, and I'm using this highlighter by MAC too. I'm going to give you every detail in the description, and I'm mixing both today, and this goes right on the necessary areas like the cheekbone, the bridge of the nose, and the cube, and on my lips, not forgetting the chin too. Yeah, and next I'm using the same the highlighter by Too Faced Candlelight, and this goes right over that because I was not satisfied with MAC, so I tried and decided to use the other one to to glorify my face, to intensify that glow on my face actually. So yeah, there you go. And then I'm using a clean brush to just remove any excess product on the face, as you can see. I'm using this loose powder by Bare Minerals, and this is a bit, it's not really white, has a little bit of tint in it. Just right here, as you can see, under the blush, giving that clean look. And then I'm using this lipstick by, I don't remember, it's Maybelline or Revlon. It's called Orange Shot. Yeah. So guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys liked it as much as I really enjoyed creating this look for you. Until then, I'll see you in my next videos. Stay happy. God bless you.